Hey guys, this is Bone from BoneTeaches again, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can display message boxes to the user. Okay, actually interact with the user. Last time in the introduction tutorial, we stopped here. We had just made a form and it was empty, there was nothing in it, and you couldn't really do much with the form except for like just launch it and see it over there. Okay, so this time we'll be making it so that there's a button on the form and you press the button and you see a message. Whatever message you type in, that will show up. So this would be the first okay, so this is what we have right now. So this would be the first level. You'll soon do much more advanced stuff, and if you keep following my tutorials, by the end of it you'll be making a full-fledged app, and maybe you can make some money off it too. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, what you want to do is go to the toolbox here. It will be in the left hand side. If not, you can go to view and click on toolbox right here. And now you want to select the button. If you can't see it, suppose you're seeing this, just press on all Windows forms. This will list all the components that are there. Components are something basically stuff which you can add to the form and make them do something later on. So just click on button and drag and drop it right over here to the form. As you can see now, there's a button in the interface, so you can select it, and this right here are the properties of the button. Now as you can see, it says button 1 right now. Maybe you don't want that, maybe you want it to say something like click me. So in here, properties, under the appearance tab, you just change the text property from button 1 to say click me and press enter. You'll see the button now says click me. Okay, so now the form has a button. You can move it wherever you want, you can resize it if you want. Now the form has a button, but it doesn't really do anything, does it? So like what you want to do is you want to double click the button and it will open up a code file, which you can yeah, you can see the code file over here, and what you can see now, we have this code. When we last finished in the last tutorial, we only had this much. So what is this? This says private void button 1 underscore click, and there are some parameters here. um, okay, so button 1 underscore click, it means this code will be run only when that button is clicked. Now you must be wondering why it says button 1 when you change its name to click me. You need to note that click me is the text. The name of the button is something else, and it is handled over here under design name. You can change it if you want. This is the name that you will call while using it in the code. Say like button 1 underscore click. You wouldn't have click me underscore click over here. Text is something which is displayed, name is something which you use here. Okay, so button 1 underscore click, what you want to do now is that you want to make a message box show. So start by typing message box. Now you'll see these suggestions pop up. What are these? This is a feature by Visual Studio, also available in Sharp Develop for those who are using Sharp Develop. It's called IntelliSense. IntelliSense is something which basically gives you the predictions, the suggestions for what you might be typing, what you might be needing, the command you might be needing. So as you can see, we just wrote mess right now, and you can see all these different commands which include the phrase mess. Since we'll be using message box, just select message box and you can either double click it or press enter, whatever. Press enter message box. Now now the code knows that it has something to do with the message box, but it doesn't know what exactly. So now we'll press dot. Now dot, what will dot do? Dot will basically show the sub events, let's call them sub events, under the message box class. Now here again IntelliSense pops up and you see these different options. You go and show message box dot show, which is exactly what you want to do. Now the code knows that you need to show a message box, but what should be inside it? It can't be empty. So what you need to do is you need to put in a parenthesis. You start a parenthesis, and again IntelliSense pops up, and it will show you what you're typing. Message box to show string text displays message box with specified text. String text. What's this? String is basically it's basically text, a sentence, a word, a letter, a phrase, anything. It's called a string. So a string is always enclosed by double quotes. That's how the code knows that what you're typing is a string. So we'll be doing more like how you can define string data types and stuff, all these later when you do data types. So far, just enter double quotes and put in any message you wanted to show, say hello bone. Now look at the above command, initialize component. You see it ends with a semicolon. uh, this must also end with a semicolon. A semicolon is important in C sharp as it tells the code that yes, this is my last line of code. This is where my statement ends. Now move on to the next statement if there is any, which in this case is not. So you need to specify where to stop. Otherwise, it will give you an error. So you end each statement in C sharp with a semicolon, and once you're done, if you run your application, if you press and start, you'll see this form and you'll see this button, click me, as we designed. So if you go ahead and click the button, you'll see a message box which says hello bone, which is something we wrote right here. So, well, that's that. I hope you found my tutorial interesting. Next tutorial we'll be learning about data types and what they are. Thank you.